back and it'll be a blink of an eye.
Puberty hits eventually. You'll be all right.
Especially if you have someone like Sam Presti on your side. Oh, wait. You guys let him go. I'm sorry.
For free.
For free. 2:05 on the clock. We get the ball with 14 seconds on the shot clock.
Love it, dude.
Timeout. Well, I was hoping for a better game. I'm glad we won it. I don't care. But at no point did I think, oh, the best case scenario would be a blowout. I wanted it. I wanted them to keep it close. And unfortunately, they couldn't keep it close enough for TNT to stay interested. But
this is where it goes back to what we've been talking about this team all along, and what we see this team doing is, in order to be able to win 50 games, you have to make statement wins, whether it's beating the Suns and then coming back and then beating the Spurs. Um, I think this is crucial for this moment in looking at it, because Mark and I sat down and looked at the next 6 games, right? Was it? It went
I think 7, but yeah.
Suns, Spurs, Golden State twice, and Portland, right? That's it. So those are the games, and looking now, like, this is big for us. Like, we got
These two
a
next games are going to be
couple.
tough.
Yeah, they're gonna be tough, and they're not gonna be easy. But if we come out playing like we've been playing against the Suns and the Spurs, it's not gonna be a fun game for the Warriors at all.
Yeah, Jordan. Boston last year without Shea, that was a big game. Wait, was that one we lost by 40? Maybe. I remember Giddy having a big game in Boston, but I do think we lost one by 40. 50?
I don't remember, bro.
I was talking about wins. 50. 59. Yeah.
74 that we lost to Memphis too, I think.
Yeah.
That
was
was
tough.
not just tough, bro. Then we did a post game where we talked positive about the team, and then like we had like 10 subscribers like stop following us, and people are like, these guys are awful afterwards. It was a real gut check. You're like, we're doing this for the team. And there was pretty much nothing positive about that 74-point loss.
I'm trying to think. I want to see if I can find that review that person said.
Dude, it was insane, dude. It was like, he was so right about it, but like,
Nah. You didn't know. Like, we're not here to like trash him. That's all. Here's what he said. Initially, I felt this pod was good, but gradually I've been impressed by what a one-sided pod it is. Everything is good about this team. Nothing bad or worthy of criticism had ever been mentioned. This is not what us OKC fans want to listen. We need a real analysis in the game on game-to-game basis. For example, in today's pod, the Thunder historical embarrassing loss. You did not hear even one negative comment about this team. You used excuses to instead praise everyone, which made me sick. You had to wonder if these two hosts are paid to only promote the team and the organization.
yes.
Like, dude, we lost by 74. Like,
Oh my gosh, dude.
you know what we liked about it? I still remember some of the things I liked most. It was the way that we didn't hang our heads.
Yeah.
The way that when things weren't going bad, we didn't point at each other and blame at each other, and coach didn't rip on players. Like, and we acted like professionals, even though, like, we knew we were going to be ridiculed. And
Dude,
I honestly thought the team got closer through those adversities.
dude, you know that moment that like you're wiping your ass and you get your finger like covered in ass with like shit, like that, because it like,
It happens to the best of us.
right, like it breaks through the toilet paper, right? So anyways, you can't help it. You want to still know what it smells like. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what a 74-point loss was like, man. Like you gotta get on a podcast and talk about it and try to find something positive, man. It's like smelling your finger after you like your fingers slipped through the toilet paper, man, and got wiped in the ass. You're like, oh, what does that smell like?
Well, I think that's a great place to pick up the post game pod. Um, Thanks for joining us, everybody. Shout out Thunder fan down under. We love Wiggins' game. Wiggins has played really great. This has been an incredible game. Dave, we got to see the first billing of Chet versus Wemby, but really,
It's beautiful,
that
bro.
was just what brought the people in to see the game. The reality was there was a lot more going on here.
I'm on so many levels. Like the fact is that when there's a mismatch at this magnitude, when Josh is playing, and he's able to take advantage of that, and he's able to put up what he was able to do, it's truly spectacular. But let's just put it, respect where it's at, man. Shea's game on defense was next level, man. 6 steals on the night. He was everywhere. He was just doing things, and the way he was doing them to other people was just not right.
Bro, we could have won this game by 40. We could have won this game by 50, but the reality was the first half it was a good game. So, like what happened? Like how did it go from a really good game to like biggest blowout we've had in, you know, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, and Wemby looks like a whiny little bitch walking back to his home.
Well, it was the question that you asked about end of the third quarter in the fourth quarter was you said, is it early enough to say that, you know, Spurs fans to start calling Oklahoma City their daddies? Like that's the question that it's the beginning of it all. Like now, now is the rest of the time that the Spurs fans sit there and say, we should have kept Sam Presti. We should have done this. We should have done that. We should have been able to have a worse season here to be able to get a player like Josh Giddey. Because think about how exciting the Spurs would be if they had Josh Giddey and Victor on that team. You know what I'm saying? Like all these people in Oklahoma City that are saying, "Oh, trade Josh Giddey," they'd be like, "What do we have to do to get Josh Giddey? We want that guy on our team."
Yeah.
Like this is the moment that we all, as Oklahoma City Thunder fans, have all been waiting for. It's the buildup. It's the climax. It's all everything rolled into once in this one season right now, guys. Like we say that it's 50 games, but if the team plays like this and they're coming out putting away teams by 40 points and acting like it's not that big of a deal, then beating the Suns, who is a championship contender, like it's not that big of a deal in the fourth quarter, like we did, and the other wins that we've had, like this is getting to next level, and we've got to continue doing this because this is a hard stretch, and if we're able to come out with only losing a couple games, then man, we're on fire.
Dude, there's some crazy things about this game that we should get into. Zach Collins got into it with Kenny. Chet got
Shohan,
into it with Soshan, whatever. We got to see
Shohan,
Kenny come back. Big time minutes from
huge
Kenny.
minutes, man.
Um, Big things all around. But I just want to say one more thing while we're rubbing a little salt into the wound. As Victor was walking back to the locker room, I was just thinking, like, what would he be thinking about right now? And you know what? I just started feeling bad for him because, like, honestly,
Hmm.
man, if you just got smashed by the Thunder and you're looking at it and you're saying, this is the uphill battle I have to, like, where are the reinforcements? Where's the backup? And they're like, oh, they're not on the team yet. They're coming in the future. It's like, you're telling me you have to play for 4 years this hard just to get to the point where we have a team that can compete with these guys. And by then, they're going to be 4 years further. Like, if I were Wemby, I would be talking to my agent. I'd be like, don't sign an extension. Get me to the Thunder. Like, I don't want to play against them. I want to play for them. If that's what I would do with Wemby, and Wemby won't do that. And that's why deep down, dude, like I have sorrow in my heart for this man because no person should have to put up with what he's gonna have to do over the next few years. Dude, his team sucks.
Dude, the only hope for him is if the Spurs somehow find a way to trade for Luca. That's the only way that they'll ever be in an ability to win games, and even then, it'll strip them of everything that they have of value. So, the reality of what's happening with the Spurs is that in order for them to suck bad enough, right, to get good draft picks, because you can say anything about Coach Popovich, he's not what he used to be. He's just not, and he's a
He's a
great coach
fraction.
still, but he's getting old and things are happening in his life. So with that being said, we're in a really great situation as Oklahoma City Thunder fans because now either A, they find a way to build around Victor, and they're good. And we get to see an incredible matchup for the next couple decades. Or they don't know how to build around it and they suck. And Coach Popovich just does what he can to hold this team together. But when he leaves, they crumble. And then they either have to tear down and rebuild at a very young age for Victor, which is like 23 at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like it for me, I'm looking at this and I'm saying there's so much that has to be done, but that's just because how good the Oklahoma City Thunder are. If this West didn't look good for the future, then I would be pretty ecstatic if I was the Spurs saying, "Yeah, we're good." But when you play against a team like the Oklahoma City Thunder, you got to know deep down inside that you're in trouble because like they're coming at you in every single way. Yes, you put away the the Suns twice. I get that, right? But that's because you match up well against the Suns. You do not match up well against the Thunder, and that was very evident tonight.
No, I mean we didn't even have to play our B game, but I think deep down, Shea kind of took this whole Chet versus Wemby thing kind of personal,
Yeah, dude.
and he was just like, "Look, I'm the best player on the court. I get that those guys are the future,
7
but
steals.
7 steals, dude. And
7 steals.
what happens, dude? What happens if all of a sudden he's a elite defender?
Well, why
Is
is it
he is he
why
an
do
MVP
people
right now?
but my point about Shea for so long is that he's one of the most underrated defenders in the league. Like he shuts down people in such a way because here's the reality. A lot of times that you watch where Shea gets stuck with. By the time the switch comes, he's stuck with a small forward, right? That's who he's
Hmm.
playing on defense. When you're looking at him playing against a guard one on one or against a smaller player, he dominates that player. This was exactly what he got stuck with tonight. You know, he got switched off and he was on a smaller player who got the steal, got the tip, got whatever he did. He just got ahead of the game. And that's why when we're looking at Shea and we're breaking down his game and we're saying 28 points is pretty phenomenal. Then he has like what 5 assists, 6 rebounds, 7 steals, for 7 on the free throw line, and he only played 28 minutes. That's his impact, and it's insane, dude. Because that's the type of player he is, and he just turned 25, right? And then you have
Hmm.
Chet, who had what I would say a pretty solid game: 9 points, 2 blocks, 3 steals, 7 rebounds, right? Josh Giddey, 18 points, man, 7 assists, 6 rebounds. Bro, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. He is just balling. He had 2 blocks, but I want to say this: J Dub, 11 points in the first half, didn't score a bucket in the second half, but his idea of what he was doing out there was amazing, man. His defense, his offense, everything was on point. He just wasn't scoring. He wasn't expecting to score out there in that third quarter because that's all the starters played is in that third quarter there. Dort, 6 points. Off the bench, you had Case and Wallace. This is where I got excited, man. Case and Wallace, 9 points, 3 assists, 5 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 blocks. He filled up every single stat line: 1 for 1 3 pointers, 4 for 5 in field goals. And again, he is proving to everybody in the league that he's not only one of the better rookies, but he's the most efficient rookie in the league. He's the best defender as a rookie in the league, and he is elite on so many levels. I cannot say enough about this young man.
Well, I'll say this, man. We got the W. The rivalry has been stoked, and at the same time, the Spurs know who their daddy is. So I would
Daddy.
say everything we set out to accomplish, we did.
Hell yeah, dude. We'll catch you guys tomorrow, man. Appreciate
Thanks
it.
for